This is the political scandal, I guess. Trump VP candidate Kristi Noem reveals she shot and killed her 14-month-old trained assassin dog Cricket and gunned down a goat in eye-opening new book. Sure. Did Kristi Noem decide she just wasn't going to do politics anymore? She's just like, I'm out. This is it for me. And then her advisors were like, well, you can't just quit. People will like, they're going to criticize you. She'll be like, well, what if I tell everyone that I shot and killed a dog? A young dog at that, a puppy. They'll be like, well, there you go. Then people will hate you and you're good. And
no,
she went for
I
it.
want it to be like her advisors were like, well, people think because you're a woman, you might be too emotional. And she's like, I can solve this by saying I murdered a puppy because he was too difficult to train. And they're like, great, that'll make you sound tough.
I think that actually makes her sound emotional.
It makes
unstable.
it sound crazy. I think she might have bad advisors.
That's the first thing that I thought is like, how did this is in a book that she wrote and released. Like, how did it get passed?
Unless her publisher was like, we don't want to see you be VP. Definitely leave this anecdote in.
It's definitely a bad sign when you are that insulated where no one has the gumption to just come up and tell you like, no, you're going to kill your career. Like, no, everyone is so terrified of you that they won't just come up and be like, no, this sounds like you're a sociopath. You can't put this into a book.
Like, just to bring it up, I mean, I feel like you'd be like, at least someone to be like, yo, like.
That's something you keep.
Don't.
Just bury that deep dark down. Just suppress that forever.
Are you sure you want to put this story out? Like, can you leave it out and will the book be the same and still tell the story that you're looking to tell? Because,
she tweeted about it.
Man.
She said, we love animals, but tough decisions like this happen all the time on a farm. Sadly, we just had to put down 3 horses a few weeks ago that had been in our family for 25 years. If you want more real, honest, and politically incorrect stories that'll have the media gasping, pre-order No Going Back.
I don't think this is politically incorrect.
I killed my dog. Buy my book.
That's so bad.
That's not the defense here, team. Like, first off, the horses, 25 years, that's a long time. I don't know how long horses live, but like, that seems like a long horse life. A young puppy that you were having trouble training, being like, I just got frustrated. Like,
that's
not politically incorrect. That's crazy.
There was a woman who tweeted, I was watching The Fallout on Amazon and just stopped with the puppy murder because there's an early scene where a dog gets hurt. And then people had to immediately be like, no, keep watching. Like, there's no puppy murder. It's like, oh, okay. Like, there are people who will legit be like, I'm not watching this after a dog gets killed.
Yeah.
It's like I can watch an action movie and, I can see all the bad guys getting thrown in front of trains or whatever. But as soon as the dog goes down, I'm like, oh, poor taste.
I played Fallout 4 and they've got the German Shepherd in there and I've got a German Shepherd myself and it's too realistic. Every time the German Shepherd gets hurt, it sounds just like your actual dog. I couldn't play with the companion because it was too much.
There is like, so dogs were created by human beings, right? Or at least we evolved together. Like, it's not just like they're wild things that are out there. And this is maybe I'm a little bit on the sentimental side here, but I think that human beings have a responsibility to dogs because we created them. I just saw a post by Nature is Metal or whatever. This little puppy, or not puppy, but this little dog, like this little house dog, it was like a poodle, walking in the street, and 3 coyotes came up and just tore it apart. And it's like, look, dogs are a responsibility. Mm-hmm. Like, we have made dogs the way they are. Little dogs, like dogs that now, a lot of dogs aren't fit to live in the wild. So we have a responsibility to take care of them. So like that kind of stuff, like, oh, it wasn't trained, like it wasn't snapping to it, so I just killed it. I find that really, really, really repulsive. There is a difference between like beasts of burden that we have domesticated on one hand, and dogs which were literally a creation of man because we have picked the ones and bred them to do certain things, that we have bred out the feralness intentionally. So I really do think we have a responsibility to it.
Well, and especially
on my soapbox.
Real quick, I mean, look, these little dogs, they're no longer dogs, they're rodents.
Fair.
If your pet, if your small mammal can be captured by a bird of prey and taken and eaten, you don't have a dog anymore.
I'm with you.
Yeah, like a German Shepherd, ain't no bird going near that thing, but a Chihuahua, it's just a meal for a bird.
Well, and especially to your point, with dogs, dogs are bred for purpose, right? So if you have a dog that is specifically a breed that is meant to hunt with you, and people are really serious about this kind of stuff, like, either there's 2 things that can happen. Like, either you're not very good at training it, which is not that dog's fault and you should rehome it, or this dog is actually just not meant for the work that you needed to do, at which point you should also rehome it. Like there are German Shepherds are a great example, or Belgian Malinois, where like
they do this with canine units all the time.
Exactly.
The police go ahead and adopt them out, and if they fail the training, they don't just go shoot them. There's
Yeah,
not
right.
some trench that they start mowing down dogs that fail police training.
You get these really great videos of like my dog like failed out of police dog school halfway through, or like one that I saw was supposed to be a service dog for someone who was like maybe blind or something like that, and the dog kept bringing the person shoes, but just like different ones at random. Or like diabetic dogs that will like remember that they're supposed to bring you a snack, but they don't really remember when they're supposed to do it. Like it's great. Keep them alive. You don't need to shoot them.
Well, there was one story I heard about a dog that was being trained to do like drug search, but it was too excited. So now it's doing search and rescue. They were like, he loves people. Let's have him find the people instead. Like if the dog can't be trained to hunt, just I guess she was saying the dog was dangerous or something.
I don't buy it for a second.
Because she described it as too excited that
Yeah,
morning, which is
I
like
don't care.
It doesn't. She didn't say aggressive. She said excited.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
very
care.
different. And I also think that like aggressive dogs have a place too. Like there are people who can
Right.
handle them, and this person couldn't handle it. Like that's just
outside
irresponsible.
outside of the dog thing, again, is she just ending her political career? Was that the move? She doesn't want to be
It's impossible
VP.
to tell.
They went to her and said, "Look, Trump is going to pick you, and you can't say no because then his base is going to get mad at you. You need to poison this right now." And she's like, "I'll just say I killed a dog. Then no one will want me."
I don't think anyone would have gotten mad at her if she'd been like, I'm so honored that he thought of me as VP, but no, thank you. Also, I don't think that would have gotten to the point where like Trump would announce that he'd asked her and she had said no. Like that's not going to be what
What if
happens.
Trump is like, "She shot a dog and it's really good, so we're picking her."
She's definitely just that isolated and checked out and insulated. There's just no way that she had any understanding of how this impacted her career. She definitely wants to be VP, I think.
It reminds me of how the Bidens treat their dogs, right? Because they also have German Shepherds and famous. So I had like an older one when they moved to the White House. He was okay. He passed away. But the puppies that they've had while they've been in the White House bite the service members by like, it's like each one has bitten like 25 different times. They've had to like rehome both of them to a friend in Delaware. They would keep getting sent for like other trainings. Now, typically, again, I'm not a dog expert, but like a lot of dogs will bite because they feel stress. Like if you have a German Shepherd that's meant to protect you, if it has a high protective instinct, probably being in a busy White House with men in suits is like not it. You know what I'm saying? Even the Obama's got like what, a Labradoodle?
I mean, Joe Biden doesn't know what room he's in. There's no way he's training a German Shepherd, and you would think he would get a professional, right? Like,
Remember when he was showering and the dog was in the bathroom with him or something?
I thought that was his daughter.
Well, that was a different one.
Different
according to
T-word.
No, but he like broke his foot, and wasn't it something like he was
Like I tripped over the dog or something?
Something
yeah,
like that,
like the dog
actually,
was in
yeah.
the bathroom with him while he was showering for
There
some
is-
reason, and then he got out of the bathtub and tripped, and then the dog took his towel, or I don't know what.
Anything below waist height is a hazard for that man now because he's.
Did you see AOC holding his hand?
No, like
I mean, I feel like this is a political scandal. She's walking with him, and she's holding his hand as he's walking. And people are pointing this out, being like, "What deal are they cutting?" And I'm like, "No, he's gonna fall. Right? Maybe there's a deal. I don't know." She's holding his hand to
She
walk
thinks
with him 'cause
he's
80.
fragile. Yeah.
he's gonna fall down, and you gotta help Grandpa.
I mean,
Otherwise,
good for her for helping the elderly. That's a good instinct, but not so great that it's our commander in chief. Rough times.
If it makes you feel better, he's not running anything, so it's all.
No,
for
that
show.
doesn't make me feel better. It just makes me feel lost.
What if AOC is the shadow president?
no, it's Barack Obama. If there is a shadow president,
Well,
it's Barack
didn't he go to London recently?
Obama?
Yeah. He went and met some like politicians in London or something. People were like,
Richie
"Whoa."
Sunak, I think is the prime minister of the UK now. I think.
Well, yeah, Obama was seen having some meeting in London or whatever, and people were like, "What's he doing there?" It's like leading the United States. Yeah. I mean, what do you mean?
He's just trying to smooth whatever's going on. Yeah, you were right. It was the prime minister of the UK.
He met with the prime minister.
Yeah.
Obama met with the prime minister of the UK.
He drops in for a cup of tea with UK
I mean,
Prime Minister Rishi Sunak.
Look,
That's Politico.
Hillary Clinton was doing that kind of stuff too. I personally don't think that there is one person in charge.
No.
I think that it's just kind of like the cabal, I don't know who has the most influence at any one given time, but I don't think that there is one person that actually would be considered having, ultimate influence or ultimate say in anything. It's definitely a committee where, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama are getting on the phone with people that are in the Biden administration and saying, "Hey, this is what we think you should do."
Do you think Hillary Clinton ever looks at like Joe Biden on TV giving a speech and think they wanted this guy over me?
Oh, she probably cuts the eyes out in the magazines. Yeah, 100%.
No, she has the notebook where she ran into a room and opened it and wrote, "Joe Biden is a fugly slut."
She's not mad
The
at Joe
Democratic
Biden.
burn book must be incredible.
Yeah.
She blames
Burn
Donald
book.
Trump. She has, of all the people in the world, there is no one that hates Donald Trump more than Hillary Clinton. And I'm sure that
Who does she hate second to Donald Trump?
who does she? I don't know.
Joe
But
Biden.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think. I think that they didn't go with Hillary Clinton because Hillary Clinton was a dangerous choice. Like I think that.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you.
I think there was like no way, man. You
But
lost
I don't
last
think
time. and-
she likes that, you know?
Of course she doesn't. But
Well, the regime wears Biden like a skin suit, right? Like
Yeah.
he's just the most malleable thing available to them. That's why
What-
they keep him around.
But what if he is just a skin suit? And it's actually like some guy named like John Rickman who's just like wearing the skin suit.
there was a movie.
And the
like
reason why he stutters is because like the guy inside the skin suit is just like, "Oh man, don't screw this up, John. Don't screw this up."
It's hard for him to keep the voice going all the time.
Yeah. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.